They have still not understood what is the concept of God. They can see only in a temple, in that idol, in that murti. That's why they go there. See, wherever they can see, they can go. They can't go where they don't see. They see God only in temples, whereas we see God everywhere. The temples are built, na? Their belief system helps them. See, everything depends upon belief system. I'll give you an example. Once what happened, Jesus was going, and some people said, if I touch Jesus' robes, I'll be healed. So they came, they were touching the robes of Jesus Christ. And Jesus turned back and said, who touched my robes? They said, we touched your robes and we got healed of our leprosy. When the moment we touched your robes, our leprosy is gone. Do you know what Jesus said? I didn't heal you, you healed yourself. It is your belief system which healed you. Some other people say, oh, how can my leprosy go if I touch Jesus' robes? So they touch that. So now, what is the ruling everybody's life? Their belief system. So if they think that God is there only in Mecca or Jerusalem or Amritsar, they'll go there and they'll be healed according to their belief system. It's good, isn't it? If I have a belief that if I come to you, my problems will be solved, okay, then I come to you. I have belief in you. So belief systems work. When they are able to see God only in Tirupati, God is there, Lord Venkateshwara is there. Yes. They go. It is useful for them. But after some time, that belief system gets diluted. And you slowly come into meditation. Then you become enlightened. So it is not only the belief system that helps you, the truth will begin to help you.
A very good morning, wonderful afternoon, and a great evening, dear friends and masters. Welcome to day 4 of Sankalp. Dear masters, our just mere presence here each day reflects that we are ready for that change. We are inching towards that change. We're taking a step forward towards that change. And meditation brings that change within us. It doesn't change the world around us. It changes the world inside us. And when my thoughts changes, when my feelings changes, when the programs that are running in my mind changes, when my internal environment changes, the external environment automatically changes. With this, dear friends, we will first start with our meditation for today. Please sit in a comfortable position, clasp your hands, close your eyes, cross your legs, and if you're wearing spectacles, please take off your spectacles and we will start with our meditation. We'll be sharing the posture slide as well. Those of us who are joining us today for the first time, we need to create 3 locks, clasping our hands, crossing our legs, closing our eyes, and observing our normal, natural breath. There will be
Dear friends, dear masters, with the specs removed, eyes closed, keep your hands in your chest area. We are going into powerful group meditation, dear friends. Observe your natural in-breath and the out-breath. When you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty. The mind is becoming empty. We experience greater emptiness. That calmness inside of you, all around you. It is natural to have thought. When you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to go into the deeper states of calmness, emptiness. As the mind is becoming empty, all that liberated energy is channelized into the present moment. Your body begins to function at its natural best. You develop greater power of thought. into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness, calmness inside of you, all around you. Become aware of that calmness, stillness within you as you merge into your breath. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of limitless dimensions, the field of infinite possibilities. The more you are with it, the more you tune in to the abundance of healing energy. empowerment energy. That energy of love, that energy of the mystic, or whatever you can become aware of. Merge into this emptiness of no body, of no thing. Less matter, more emptiness and energy. As the mind is rested, you move away from this matter, your body. You experience that emptiness, energy, the feel of all connection, the field of all wisdom. The more you are in this calmness, emptiness, the more insightful you become, the more connected you become. Merge into the emptiness of yourself, your divine self. Receive your greater mind, that awareness. the more you are with it, the more you experience your intuitive intelligence. The more you develop that acceptance, and the more effortless life becomes. Friend, it's truly a privilege to be experiencing this life, to be exploring consciousness for a greater life at this time of history. Many are not so blessed. Can you express gratitude to everything and to everyone? Be grateful to this intelligent universe. To your parents, to your teachers, to your mentors. Deep gratitude to yourself, to your body. Give thanks to this nature, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom. Gratitude to all the people in your life, to everyone. To everything, the technology, the system, the company, the governments. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then you open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoy the session. First thing that's happening with the regular practice of meditation is building awareness. Awareness to know about what we are doing in that moment, which is essential and fundamental for change. How many, those of you joining, maybe for the first time, in the recent days you started meditation, that you feel you have some kind of awareness built, you know a little bit about yourself. For example, if there's an argument, you suddenly get to know that, okay, why am I arguing? What's the point? You get to know quickly. You know that thinking negative, thinking about past things are not necessarily great. You catch yourself quickly. Earlier, you were thinking about it over and over. Now you catch yourself quickly and say, why am I thinking like this? That's awareness. How many feel they're beginning to see something like that? Please write in the chat. So awareness is beginning of the change. Let's understand every one of us have dreams, and I do see many writing in the chat. It goes to hosts and panelists. Every one of us want to behave or do things in a best possible way. Your workplace, you don't want to shout at people. You know that. You shouted, then you know that, okay, well, I shouldn't have done that. You have the information. You shouldn't have questioned your son or daughter so strongly. Just wanted to ask them, but instead went about asking, grilling in the old habit way. While we know that I shouldn't do, but then we continue to do. While we have dreams and goals we want to do when we start, but then we cannot follow through them. We want to set new habit, new goal, new thing, but then we're not able to follow through. Information is there. While we know what is right, but we're not able to be that. And what is the reason? You want to go and start your gym activity every day, not able to follow through. You want to avoid judging somebody, commenting somebody, come to conclusions quickly, but you're not able to follow through. So, looking into a little bit around how the brain is working, and then what causes us to be not able to follow through, and then what meditation can do, give us some idea here. So, let me put up this chart, and then I thank those of you who wrote in the chat here. And then some of you have asked a question or two, and I'll get to them after finishing this talk. But many of you have written that I'm beginning to know and notice my thought. My worries lessened. That means you are noticing, and then either the worryful thought is not coming, or when you notice them, there's gently, you know that thinking negative is not going to help, and so then naturally you're moving away from it. Either way. So we'll come to these comments, but I would like us to go through and understand a bit of what's happening and why, even though you and I want to change, even though you and I have goals to manifest, but a lot of times we're not able to stay on top, and then we drift away. Why do we stay the same, and how meditation can help to change? If you knew, and information alone changed people, and then all of us knew, that multiple intelligent degree holder from the premier institutes, premier management or technical institutes, still there, very, very intelligent, but not able to overcome the pattern that's happening. What is it that's causing it? In my case, let me come back to it. Take an example. An angry and upset CEO or leader gets angry pretty quickly, but he promises himself, he's telling the board, he's telling his spouse at home, I shouldn't be doing this. Why am I getting angry? But he knows it, and then by the same time, however, in the situation, repeats the same reaction. He goes about just behaving the same way. There is a neuroscience principle: cells that fire together, wire together. Repeated emotions strengthen the neural pathways. Now, he is repeating, and then as a result of repetition, while he knows that I should not shout just like that, I should not get angry just like that, I should not make a decision just like that is anger, I should not write that email in anger, but repeats. He repeats the old way, reacting, either the sending that email, shooting off a very nasty email, or saying something in the team meeting, whatever, quickly. But by doing so, now there is a neuroscience principle is saying that repeated emotions strengthen neural pathways. Cells, it means that the neuroscience principle is cells that fire together, wire together. Whatever that you are repeating, that is rewiring further. Our learning is by forming a neural circuit in the brain. Learning is through forming a neural circuit in the brain, where neurons come together and form a connection. The neurons come together to form a connection. That's learning. Every time you learn information, neurons and form a circuit. And every time you recollect that information, then you form a stronger circuit, meaning your more neurons come together, connect right there, and then making it all become more stronger, that particular event or memory. That's why when anyone asks us right now and say, what is 7 into 7, without in thinking, we'll be able to tell it's 49, just like that, because it is strongly wired, because thanks to our mathematics teachers, that we went about doing it again and again. We hated it then when they asked us to repeat again and again, but then today it's also strongly recorded that it comes up just like that. Once a repeated thinking and emotion strengthens the neural pathway. So that's what is happening for the CEO or a leader. While he knows that he should not shout, he should not become angry and then respond, but then he does it, and it doesn't matter. The brain does not know that he wants to do it differently, but then he is again thinking with that anger, and then the neural pathways are stronger now with more of anger response. Now, there is a lot of chronic stress, the stress about things that are not necessarily going right, the stress about how the board is grilling, him or her due to things that may be happening at the markets that are those continuously be sustainedly seems to be negative or not growing, and so putting pressure, keep thinking about it. Chronic stress is something that you keep thinking about, worrying about. It increases. The another aspect of brain is amygdala activity. Amygdala is a center, a part of the brain. Yesterday we tried to show a limbic brain and then a neocortex, that's outer brain, conscious mind. Limbic is a subconscious mind. And so this regular stress is increasing, known to increase this amygdala activity. Amygdala is something that holds responsible for emotional reaction. And if you're stressful, this amygdala is quite super active. And so there's suddenly, it is responding pretty quickly, reacting quickly. Somebody very stressful. A chronic stress means you are there in it again and again and again. What is a normal stress? Suppose if there is a animal walking towards you, running towards you when you're going on the morning walk, suddenly your body gets stressed up, no problem. But chronic stress is where you keep thinking about it again and again and again. Last board meeting, how difficult it was for the CEO to steer. And so then another one is coming, now he's preparing and thinking about it again and again. Chronic stress. And so the amygdala, the emotion center activity is quite high. So that's what has happened here. He knows, but then he should not get angry, but he gets angry. So that memory of getting angry, the behavior, the reaction got stronger in his brain. And then it is bringing the stress is continuing to be there, increasing this amygdala activity, which is also cause of this whole response. One case. The mind is one's own friend and enemy. Of course, in this case, when I wrote a nasty email out of anger, obviously it's going to burn bridges somewhere. The mind is one's own friend and enemy. Bhagavad Gita, the shloka is there. Uddhared atman atmanam, atmanam avasadayed. Atmayeva atmano bandhuho, atmayeva ripuratmanaha. You are your own friend, you are your own enemy. But you have to manage yourself. You have to take care of yourself. That's Gita. I know I have to not be angry, and then I know I need to be calm myself down and then respond differently. Otherwise, I am my own enemy, I am my own friend. Talk about spouses. Years go on, the fight is repeating forever. Situations are different, reactions are same. Okay, there he started. There she is saying the same thing. Each one has their own things in their mind. Situations slightly change, but the reactions are, you said it, I said it, how can you say it, how can I say it, why do you say all the time? It repeats. You don't want to do that, you know it. You know it, and the children are noticing it, you want to avoid it. But then you can't stop. You know the information that I should not be doing it. I make my children feel unsafe, lack of protection in their life. It applies to leadership, to leaders in our workplace too. They argue, they fight, then they make the team members, particularly new team members, feel very uncomfortable. Lack of sense of belongingness is missing when the two leaders were supposed to take care of fighting, when the two parents are fighting. You know it, but then you can't stop. The reason, again, the behavior of the brain, the subconscious, and an unconscious, who we are, when the unconscious, the superconscious mind, or the brainstem that I talked about yesterday, which is the reptilian brain, is rooted in its identity. And so, who I am this, and I'm going to be this way. This is me. And so then you have an automatic behavior based on who you think you are. You think your response is right. You're doing what you're doing at home. The way you handle that situation is right. And so you have your own identity, and so you want to hold on to it, and then it automatically comes, because that's the function of the reptilian brain, to produce an automatic behavior. Behavior of what? Behavior based on what it was recorded as a past. how you responded in the last 2, 3, 4, 10 times, and then it just automatically comes up because that's what you believe is true. You believe you're doing the right thing by saying that, by doing that. You feel that because there is so much work is there, and you're going out and coming back, and so you feel that you cannot manage outside because there is any external environment cannot be stopped, and so then you earn the right to come late and say, then you can't understand what my problem is. Why do you come and then always question me that I did not do this, I did not do that? You say that because you believe you're right. So that automatic behavior is happening. It's called automatic behavior. It happens before you're in control. That's the default way it behaves. The default mode network, there is something called DMN in our brain. It reinforces old patterns. The default mode network is supposed to operate based on what you have before. Similar situation where you are motivated, somewhere in the New Year day or whatever, you listen to some inspiring talks. Somebody says that you can do it, you're inspiring, you say, okay, at least this new year, I want to start doing exercise gym. Then you are buying the memberships or whatever, you're calling your friend and say, guy, let's go together. You start it, we all take these resolutions. How many of us taken resolution? Please write in the chat. You're taking a resolution on New Year Day, on a birthday, on an anniversary, whatever. You take resolutions, but then only to realize that a week later, you've forgotten about it. Maybe second day it is there, third day, a little bit it is there. By the end of the week, you've forgotten. Old habits came back. Then motivation has disappeared. Old habits returned. So your identity, what you thought that you have to do, your body is so conditioned. When you're waking up in the third day or fourth day, body is telling you, hey, it's very nice and cozy. Your body got used to have a nice sleep in the mornings. It's nice and cozy. You can do it tomorrow. That is the old habit. Postponing things. You can do it tomorrow. And so then it simply says, it's okay, you can do it tomorrow. And so then you say, yeah, that's true. Tomorrow will come. Or it comes back and says, you know what? You got a very important meeting. You got to just go for that, get prepared. And so this you can do tomorrow. And so then, okay, that's true. I've got a very important meeting. I have to prepare for it. It comes back with old patterns through which you avoided and delayed, and so they are fired again because they're deeply recorded in the subconscious as a patterns. And so then your simple motivation is not sufficient by the old habits to stop you from not doing the same action again. So dear friends, but however, Patanjali from Yoga Sutras, you understand that change is firmly established through long, uninterrupted, devoted practice. But you got to do uninterrupted practice, very serious. You got to be very serious and sincere in practice. If you do this, there is change. That is Yoga Sutra is saying. You got to do a devoted practice. You got to do long enough. Long enough. Either 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, long enough, uninterrupted. But this is what it's saying. But however, you are not able to come with the simple motivation is not good enough. Your whole habits are too strong to stop you from doing it. We can't let go. This is an example in a monkey, a story here, monkey story. In a place in somewhere in Africa where they want to catch monkeys, and maybe there are other places in the world, they take a coconut, they cut the coconut just enough for the monkey to, the fingers, when they are held together, then the hand can go in, just enough. They make it such a big enough hole that when the fingers are held together, not open fingers, when they're held together, sufficient enough for the hand to go in. And they keep a fruit or something inside. So the monkeys come, look at it, and then puts his hand inside with the fingers folded together, and then goes in, because that's what you do. If there's a small hole, you fold your fingers together. Somehow natural instinct is that you want to put your hand in. It does your hand in, it goes in, then it holds the fruit. inside. Now hand expands, opens up. So now it cannot pull it out because now it tries to remove his hand. Then since fingers are expanded, think of it. You're holding a ball. Without a ball, it's together. Now you hold a ball in your hand. Now suddenly your hand is with the have fingers expanded. You're not able to take it out. And the hand doesn't come out now. In the meanwhile, somebody would come and then catch the monkey. The monkey does not let go of that fruit. It can't let go. It's required its mind too strongly that it has to, at any cost, hold on to that fruit and take that fruit. It forgets it is dangerous to its life. Does not even realize that it's dangerous to its life because it's so stuck upon holding on to that fruit. We know that our behaviors are dangerous to relationships. Our behaviors are not what something is very important, but we want to hold on to it, but our behaviors cannot let us do. The reason being, dear friends, that this concept of thinking and feeling loop, our subconscious mind, the programs, are our old behaviors keep coming back due to this principle that whatever that you're experiencing, whatever you're feeling, is going back and making you think the same way and then feel the same way in a loop. Your thoughts are there in the beginning. They drive certain feelings because thoughts produce, depending on what interpretation you're giving to that thought, it produces certain chemical, and so that chemical goes and it makes you experience some emotion in your body. And then because you experience something, you form a belief around it. Beliefs become perceptions, and so it leads towards an habitual behavior. Now, when somebody said something, you got angry at one time because you didn't like it, what they did as a leader. And so then there is a certain level of behavior response that came, and that is interpreted through another thought. I read it. Yes, an employee doing something like this, or another leader doing something like this is not good. We read an article somewhere. It said you bud it in the nip when something like that happens. Oh, this is the situation. It's not good because suddenly you recollect a report you read, and that produces another feeling, another emotion in your body, another emotion. The neuropeptides open up, and so that's send another behavior, and then now your belief that okay, an employee doing this or a leader doing this is not good is reinforced. A second time you are doing it, and a third time you do it, then that it slowly form a belief that this is not a good behavior. From a leader is doing it, you form a belief around that leader, around that person, around the situation in your company. What repeats, forms, becomes a belief. A thinking feeling loop is produced. And then thinking feeling loop means you're thinking and you're feeling, and a feeling and thinking constantly happens. Suppose you're seeing somebody, death, you see an accident. When you see an accident, a gruesome accident, suddenly it pulls a memory of a death of somebody, of a past accident. Then you are frozen. You feel sad about it. Suddenly that accident comes, and then that accident makes you feel a little sad. And that thing, because you saw some lives lost. And then that brings another memory of something that happened in your own life. One was about some public. Now another thing from your own life. Now you repeat. Now you're going into that mode and say, oh, in my own life, my course, younger brother, whoever had an accident, that comes up. Now you read through that, then suddenly you bring another memory and say how unsafe it is in your area to drive that road because it produces accidents. You read the report that comes up. It has a lot of stats saying that whatever 1 in 20 are going through an accident, they're losing lives. Now that makes you freeze, and then it makes you angry, bitter. Then another article comes and says how many times people produced petitions to the government, they didn't do anything, and so causing lives to go. So this goes on and reinforcing your belief that whatever, in this case, many beliefs that governments don't do, the roads are unsafe here, people are careless in driving, so whatever. And then all those beliefs get reinforced in repeating. Thoughts produce feelings produce thoughts back again. And so we keep experiencing the same reality. Because the autonomic behavior, the default mode network in our brain acts automatically and doing things automatically for us before you realize. You want to think differently. But then here it does not let you stop because the behavior is that way. It acts, your subconscious responses are much faster than your conscious mind, where it can make a decision, can get control back to do something different. They call subconscious loops, a thinking feeling loop that is fundamentally reinforcing the old behavior, causing you to think different, same way, and then causing you to again go back to the same behavior again and again and again. Because the default mode network, autonomous behavior is happening to you. That's how the brain is designed. Brain is designed to protect you in physical danger, but then brain is designed now that because the same situation happens as you're thinking about it again and again. We're unaware in many times. Now, there are several beliefs that are formed triggering old behaviors. I'm not good at something. I'm shy. I'm short-tempered. I can't find partner. Because some things happen to you, nothing good happens to me. I have to work hard. Many of these statements that we swear by are actually our subconscious. They're causing subconscious behaviors, certain way. They cause subconscious behaviors because you already believe that this is happening to you. And as a result, there is an associated memory in your subconscious programs. Default mode networks get active against it. For each of these statements, you have a certain way of behaving. I'm not smart. So the behavior is that you understand, you think that you are not smart, or you're not creative. So what do you do? Even if you produce the best work, you don't submit. You feel, no, I'm not smart, so it's not good enough, and I'm not fit for taking an approach or taking an initiative. When something new comes, your behavior. So you lose your opportunity. You're not even going and submitting. Our personality, this is called personality. The Dr. Joe Dispenza explains beautifully this in this book, You Are the Placebo, or Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Tomorrow, I believe, we're going to bring and talk about the things that cause us the change, and then how do we go about making the change. And this program is part of that change. But however, our personality is full of beliefs and perceptions that cause the default actions to take place. You have a judgment that your spouse argues, your spouse does not agree, and so then you stop protesting anymore, and you have a default behavior of just, even though you don't like the situation, you stop questioning instead of just walk away. That's not improving, but you simply walk away. The other person gets to do the same, you do the same, and so the situation does not improve. You're just living together in a home, not necessarily having and seeing eye to eye, your way, their way. That's all. There's no coherence at all, because you're used to doing the thing, and they're used to doing the thing. Now you're used to talking about it to your parents, and they're used to talking about it to their friends, or a mug of whatever, their friends, and then repeats. The stories are reinforced, they come back home and then repeat the same situation, their friends. Unless the friends or the parents or whoever that they're going to are giving them newer information, newer advice, newer things, but that's not good enough. Our personality is repeated and created by the age of 35 due to various things during childhood, during our parents are the biggest influencers in forming certain behaviors, personalities, and then our friends, then our teachers, then our people at workplace, and then when you get married, the opposite side, their families' beliefs, they all come in and then form a personality. And it happens through a lot of conditioning, it's called. Now, if you want to, the personality is what causes to do certain behaviors. Because you decide and pre-decide, this is how I'm going to behave with this person. This is how I've got to deal in this situation. If somebody is pushing you hard, you become very defensive. You become very defensive. You try to be very genuine in your effort, but then your manager did not let you. And so then they really question you hard and grilled. And so next time you say, oh, with this person, when it happens 2-3 times, you say, no, with this manager, and then I definitely have to protect myself. And so then when they ask for estimates, you're defending and saying what takes 2 days, you're going to tell them 5 days. This happens. We pad up. because somebody did not support you. Now you already have a belief that here with this manager, it's better to have a pad up and then just hold on to your ground strongly. Become very defensive. No matter what you say, no, cannot do it. This has to be this way. That doesn't go anywhere, causes workplace conflicts because you believed in something, because in the first place they did not behave well. They didn't give you a chance to fail. And so they were just, they had their own problems, whatever that is. And so you formed a particular behavior. And so the behavior is reinforced to you each time. And so then every time you do a behavior, they're also questioning you. And so you become a lot more rigid in your behavior and your belief. And so the repetition, dear friends. So you got to change the personality to change the reality. And so what is meditation doing? Now, enough of this talks of meditation. Then is building this important component called awareness. What is missing? When in that moment, when my manager is asking me something, when my spouse is saying something, is there a way? Now you know that a better way is to keep quiet maybe at that moment. There's a better way maybe to just wait and then see what is the other person saying and just think, listen it out. But we need that awareness. We need to be able to pause. And so that requires, and that is called awareness. Awareness means observer. Somebody is observing you, what you are about to go through. And that awareness, if it is there, then have an opportunity to pause for a moment and say, wait a minute, why am I suddenly going and producing that old emotion, old feeling coming up here? That's going into an old habit again, old behaviors. You pause. When you pause, now you have an opportunity to think. That's the time you're given the control to your frontal brain. Your brain, yesterday I talked about this conscious mind, which has got the CEO, the neocortex, has got the control. And if it has new knowledge to behave differently, then it uses the new knowledge to have take a new choice, and so you get a new action. So new action produces a new feeling, and so then it has a new thought, and then it can go into a new cycle if it's repeated enough times. But first thing, it starts with having that awareness to break that loop. Thinking, feeling loop has to be broken. And dear friends, meditation builds that break. It builds that awareness so that you can break that loop. What you're constantly, without even realizing, thinking and feeling, but meditation can build that awareness. Now, the two things, if you hear, notice. One is that awareness. Second is a new knowledge so that you have an idea what is a new choice you can take. When somebody is just going on, saying things, what is it differently that you can do? Earlier you were shouting, earlier walking away. Now, do you have a new way? Okay, let me be quiet. If I walk away, they don't like it. If I shout, it becomes worse. What should I do? Can I be quiet? Just carefully listen what they're saying. Maybe that's a new knowledge. You listen it out. And so the choice you're making, that requires new understanding, dear friends. And if you have them, then you're breaking the loop. Observing the breath develops that awareness. Patrizi always said, you observe the breath, everything will be taken care. Because you knew awareness is the first step that is happening here. We'll go into the detail of neuroscience behavior, dear friends. Neuroscience of meditation. Meditation means, yoga chitta vritti nirodha, the stilling the restless nature of the mind. When you still the restless nature of the mind, then what they've noticed is that amygdala, that emotion center, its reactions are decreasing. This is science research. Sarah Laser, Richard Davidson, many, many people have done this research. That prefrontal cortex, which is essentially the conscious mind's activity, the CEO of the brain is called, that area which is better attention, decision making, better emotion control, all that is happening because your neural networks are significantly developing for people who are doing meditation. This is correlated, scientific research. Hippocampus, which is supporting long-term memory and learning, is activated. The size of the hippocampus increasing. Amygdala reactions decrease. In a stressful case, they're high. And here, the amygdala activity, which is the emotion center activity, is decreasing. So you have less fear, less stressful activity, reactions. On the other hand, your long-term memory and the learning is increasing. That means you're learning, you're paying attention to what they're saying, or you're paying attention to the situation before reacting. You're learning more. And the DFM, the default mode network activity, is often decreasing when they saw that if mind is, that means your mind is not wandering, less wandering. So all these are dear friends with your meditation. On one side, your reactions are reducing. On the other side, you're listening more. Another, you have more awareness. So then if you're listening more, you have better decisions to make. You're getting back to newer information that you're gaining. And as a result, you have better decisions, better responses. So meditation then, dear friends, brings a change that otherwise is difficult. There are other ways to do. If you are motivated significantly, you are aroused significantly, where you feel motivation so strongly that you are actually going and raising an old behavioral circuits, then that can work. But a normal motivation is not sufficient to change your old behavior. But then bringing calmness into your mind is building awareness. And so that can bring a change. That's meditation. This simple meditation practice we are doing is bringing that awareness. People already responded today saying that, yes, I start feeling. You're becoming that observer and observed. Vedic system, ancient knowledge always said this long ago. You are an observer and observed. Due to stress and due to survival attitude, we became simply the observed. We lost the touch of becoming the observer. Observer is consciousness. That thing that is there within you is called scientifically metacognition capability. You do something and somebody is observing on top of you. That's awareness, consciousness. Meditation builds that. Meditation builds a connection to observe yourself. And so you become aware, and so then you have the opportunity to do something different. And that different is different knowledge. So meditation plus knowledge then is the transformation formula. And you transform, and then you transform to what? You transform with all the good things. When you transform, then you're allowing people to be what that is. You're that leader. You don't want to shout at people. You're calmer, and you're giving that to others. You're doing great service. You're calmer. People around you become calmer. You're disciplined with your gym activity. Then you are allowing people around you to become motivated, to become more disciplined, just because looking at you. That's your service. Because everybody wants to do their best. Nobody wants to behave poorly. Nobody wants to create bad things, because each of us fundamentally as a nature wants to do our best. But it's the past, it is our stressful thinking, our poor understanding. And so then your understanding has to change, and then your awareness has to improve, dear friends. Understanding that if I keep quiet in a given situation, if somebody, my daughter expressing something, that junior colleague is expressing strongly something, can I acknowledge the feeling? That's the first understanding. Can I acknowledge the feeling first? So then I have to just listen to them carefully rather than just jumping into conclusion. They may be wrong, but can I just listen to them? Can I be quiet? That's a new understanding you have. That is good enough to diffuse situation, to acknowledge the other person. The second new knowledge, in a given situation, can I stay quiet, listen to them, acknowledge the feeling, okay, I see what's going on. Okay, how about this? Let's come back and then meet tomorrow and then talk about this. That's your new knowledge, to delay a comeback tomorrow. And then sit down in a good time and then talk about and say why, even though you felt that way, it's still not good for the company, good for you, or whatever. But do it differently, not at the emotional moment, but instead when there is a calm moment for the other person. This is a new knowledge to bring a better relationship, rather than simply trying to correct the other person right then and there. That doesn't work between spouses, particularly because between two equals. So, dear friends, we got to have new knowledge. We got to have awareness. And when you have these two, we are transforming into the new person according to the knowledge. And so then we are automatically giving that quality to people around us. And so that's a great service. So thank you very much for understanding this important concept of how meditation and knowledge bring the change. And so then tomorrow, we're going to talk through this idea, the notion about what constitutes real practice. And then what is that new knowledge, and what are ways we can learn the knowledge? One is here coming into this program, understand these concepts, but then we'll talk about other ways too that truly constitute the practice, and then the tools that are required, the books and knowledge that is required, that we can start doing it parallel to this everyday 75 minutes of meditation practice that we're coming here. So thank you very much. And so we'll meet again tomorrow. And then before I conclude, I would like you to do take time today and then give that 3 or 4 minutes of time towards your intention. Now you start getting an idea. If cells that fire together wire together, if you are repeating something, if repeating something with your rod of feeling, then you're slowly making it your new circuit for the brain to start operating for you as a new behavior. So if you thought about your intention, you came for an intention of something, I'm regular in my meditation, you feel good if you became regular in your meditation because you know it is giving you a lot of benefits that you experienced before. And so you feel good, a future of a calmer you is coming to you, a future of great solutions that are happening to you, more clarity coming to you. All that happens with regular meditation. You're imagining that, you're feeling good about it. So then you're reinforcing new circuits. So I want you to take time and then today, at some point, at least 3 to 5 minutes on that intention, take a calm time and then imagine about your intention again. Please do that today at some point, right? And then start journaling about some of these concepts. Every day we introduce some concept. I want you to journal this because when you write, you're recollecting, you're making your brain work for you again. And so please take time to journal. Thank you. And so we'll see you tomorrow to understand what is that knowledge, how we can enhance the knowledge along with this meditation. That becomes our practice. Yes, Neha, madam. Any announcements?
Yes, sir. We do have announcements. Dear friends, we had sent personality assessment forms in your respective support groups on WhatsApp. We request you all to please fill in the forms. As Sir said, meditation brings the change. These will help us to understand the changes that are brought in us. And also, from next month, from August, we'll be starting the book clubs. These will happen every Monday and Wednesday. Please register for the book clubs. We'll be sharing the details on your support groups. And the books that we will be covering this month will be You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay and also Mind to Matter by Dawson Church. It will be a great way to gain wisdom as well, along with meditation. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll talk more about these book clubs and things tomorrow. Yes. Thank you all, dear friends. Have a wonderful day. And we'll take some questions. I know people have expressed something and want to speak after the short break. Yes. Yes. You're on mute, madam.
So the first question is, when we focus on our breath and try to become thoughtless, we still have a thought to focus on the breath. Is that correct?
Can you repeat that again, please?
So, when we focus on our breath and try to become thoughtless, we still have a thought to focus on the breath. Is that correct?
It is correct. You start with observing the breath. And so there is that thought. But however, breath has this, when you focus on one thought and eventually you slowly slip away from that very thought. And so this whole techniques of meditation where you start with a focus, they work because you reduce all thoughts to one thought. Then it is about that object that you're paying attention to. Now, what does it do? An object of a light, a lamp, or a book, or a mantra, in this case, breath. Now, breath has a special, it's an invisible source that is there with you all the time, and so that makes you forget that very thought pretty quickly, apart from many things. So, but yes, you're right. You start with the thought, but you'll also let go of the thought pretty easily. Next one.
Yes, sir. The next is there is visualization of many people in my mind. Some were known and some unknown. I'll repeat the
You
question.
use the word visualization. So, is that part of meditation experience they shared?
So it is just put as it is. A
Yeah.
visualization of many people seems like a meditation experience, sir.
Yeah, it's an experience. So what we use the word visualization means you're actively doing something with your mind. You visualize, for example, I think of our Indian cricket team playing great. That's my visualization, right? I'm actually thinking. In meditation, like dreams, in a dream is not something you're visualizing. It happens to you, isn't it? So same thing in meditation. Some things come to you, flashes, scenes, they happen to you. If that's what you're referring, then yes, it is possible, like a dream, you're seeing a lot of people, some known, some unknown. In meditation, it is very possible that you see them. Because the same, remember I said that yesterday, day before, we are going, meditation is conscious sleep-like state where you are letting go of your thought. And so then you are becoming and tuning into the field of infinite potential. And so then you start noticing many, many things out there. Some are known people, some are unknown people. Unknown from your current knowledge perspective. They may be known to you from past. Who knows? Like that. So it's common, it's natural that you might see visions. They call them visions, a part of meditation experience. I had a session around meditation experiences. You can go back, I believe it's on day 3 of this program. And so go back and listen to them. And one of that is these visions. And it is okay to have them. And if if it is telling you something, follow that. Intuitively, your heart may tell you based on that experience. Or many masters are showing up there. If there are people, if they're masters, if they intuitively tells you to be like them in reading and read up about them. If an intuitive tells you, I need to go and speak to them, go and speak to them. If you recognize. If you don't, no, it's okay, leave them. Don't bother. You get such many, many experiences. You just have to let go if you don't understand them and then continue meditation practices. Next one.
Yes, so the next is what is quantum field? Can we say it is good? It is God field.
Yes, you can say it's God's field. Okay. I will talk about, yesterday I talked about resting our mind, the first benefit, a gift of meditation. Today we talked about change, the transformation, the second gift of meditation. If you read the wisdom note that our team sent you, and they listed the 3 things that meditation brings, calming the mind, transforming, and so the subconscious programs have to change. And then the third one is connecting to this field, that God's field that you talked about. And there is science with quantum physics, you connect and I talk about it. I will talk about it either tomorrow or day after. And so that also will understand that a little more. When I use the word in the meditation, become aware of the emptiness. All emptiness is energy, the quantum field. There is a meaning to it. We'll talk through that one of the sessions in this week.
Yes, so the next question is this is my third day. I was able to sit, but my legs were hurting and I had to unfold them 3-4 times during meditation. Whenever I tried to bring my focus back to breath, I sometimes felt heavy in the chest. How would I overcome the uneasiness in my legs?
Just more practice. When I started in the beginning of meditation, when I sit down, 15, 20 minutes is maximum I can go. 15 minutes. Then my legs would, get numb and I don't know, some kind of pain. Numbness happens because the blood circulation not necessarily going that great. And so then I had to stretch my legs and stretch my legs till crossed. and then still be like this and meditate. Then after a little while, again pull the leg back because that's not necessarily the great, very comfortable posture. So you can pull back and then cross your legs. You're sitting on the floor. So it is okay. You stretch your legs and bring it back and then keep practicing. And then now, slowly, over a period of time, that duration for me has increased from 15 minutes to maybe over 35, 40 minutes. Sometimes it goes longer. And then after that, I still have to stretch my legs. So I sit on my chair. And so then generally I don't have a problem. I can sit for hours when I sit on a chair. So do that. And even on the chair, you have a challenge, it's okay. Then you keep practicing, and then you will get to this. They're very small things. They're very small things. It's the mind that has to be transcended, a big part of the work. And the body naturally follows the mind. And so then over a period of time, you transcend the mind, body gets settled, and not a problem. Initially, yes. Yes.
Yes, so the next question, which is partly answered. Um, I didn't think anything about Sai Baba, but I saw him for a fraction of second during meditation. Why it happened so?
Why shouldn't it be? Why shouldn't it happen? You're driving by and then suddenly you see a big billboard. Somebody said, okay, there's Sachi Sai Baba 100 year centenary, whatever. It happens, right? Here also it happens. Just the way many things come in our daily life, so is the case in the energy field because everything physical is already happening in the field. Once everything first happens in energy field, and then that comes here in physicality. So whatever you see, experience here, experience there a million times more, and infinite times more. And so then be ready to embrace seeing Sai Baba in many, many ways that you ever never ever seen. If you're open to it, you will see them. Yes.
Yes, sir. The next is during meditation, why sometimes sudden screaming and crying happens.
Many times when children who go somewhere, they go away for studies and then come back after 3 months, 4 months. Why then we are suddenly getting emotional? What is the reason you get emotional? You say, I don't know why I got emotional. Recently, our master went to Manas Sarovar and then she suddenly broke and then she didn't know what's the reason, but then emotional, very, very emotional. It happens in our daily life, isn't it? We get emotional, we don't know why. So is the case. Again, that can happen in meditation. Because that feeling, one, you're reliving something from the past. Feeling of going home, that emotion that you're talking about is a joyful emotion. Oftentimes, it is that thing that returning home. True home is that. Where consciousness, when you get return home, it feels very emotional. The child is returning home to the parent, very emotional. The mother is returning with the child, very emotional, returning home. Now, something far greater out there, when you truly reach our home, we are one with the whole. That's the home. You go into that home in meditation, so then you can easily become highly emotional. Now, on the other side, then there are a lot of feelings. When you find somebody who can be very comforting, suppose you're struggling with your life, then somebody comes to you. Then you suddenly become emotional, isn't it? Why? Because you have a safe space where you feel somebody can help you. So you become emotional at that point too. That means you're releasing that thing that you're holding on to yourself, that heaviness in you, you're releasing in front of that person because you feel related to them, and so you release it in a way that you know that they can help you, whatever that happens automatically. So meditation is like that comforting mother, comforting friend, where you release an emotion. Meditation is also taking you to that source where you feel you're returning home, and so become joyfully emotional. Either way it's possible, Devam, but either way they're really great for us. You have to let go and let the emotion happen. Next one.
Yes, so the next is I'm unable to open eyes, feeling difficult, time and again getting closed.
Enjoy it. That's great to be in that state. So that's why I ask that when you're meditating, coming to the meditation practices, keep an extra buffer time. Let's say 20 minutes, half an hour, so that you can nicely go through that feeling and then continue for some time rather abruptly shaking yourself out of it. Right? Enjoy that feeling because you are going through that energy, that nice calmness in you. Sometimes when you're waking up in the morning, you don't like to be disturbed. In fact, it's one of the important aspects. Don't wake up somebody out of meditation, out of sleep, just like that with the hijacking. You got to be very gentle with them because they may be going through their greatest experience at that time in dream or in meditation. You got to be very, very sensible. Touch them and say, hey, okay, wake up. If I shake them, then if they're going through a great experience, that's shaken up, and then a lot more to it beyond that. The astral body is not even aligning very well, and so they wake up with a lot of jitness. You got to be very gentle. And so, in any case, enjoy that feeling, and it'll go away, right? And after a few minutes, and slowly it'll go away. Next.
Yes, sir. I get disturbed by some outside things like people or some flies giving me feeling of itching and I get disturbed in my focus.
Yes, all things are very, very common. They happen, not just to you, to many, many people. It happens. And we just sit through them, madam. They're just fine. I mean, they do happen. Different distractions are there sometimes to test us. Sometimes there's a reflective of a thought. If you suppose, if our thoughts and feelings bring out reality, and so if we think that, okay, now today definitely a lot of things will come and then distract me. If you think that way, then you're attracting. That is also there. Or a period of time, we understand this science next week or so. But just sit through it. Sit through it. When distractions come, again, go back to the breath and attend to the breath. And that's the only mantra that will keep slowly over a period of time, will get you to be better focused. Sometimes, there's a lot of noise is there. Then you say, I don't know so much noise, but I just went deep. That possibility exists. And so that possibility exists means, when distractions happen, any amount of distractions happen, you can still be going to thoughtless state. It's possible. Just continue to work on it. It's not predictable. Meditation experience is non-linear. And so it is okay. One day like this, another day it can be totally different. In the same environment, same mosquito, same this, that, but you can have a great experience. Just be open for it and then practice.
Yes, so we have covered all questions, sir.
Okay. Wonderful. Right then, anybody would like to, you have any senior masters? Anybody would like to come on and share something? We still have a lot of master attend participants here. Hi Rakesh, how was the meditation today?
Been very, very aware. I think this whole 3 days been very, very consistently still. I'm experiencing a lot of stillness.
Wonderful. Rakesh is one of our senior-most mentors and teachers, and was regularly teaching at Buddha Quantum Foundation. And so he will, at some point in this program, may take some sessions. Yes, any one master out there, a Buddha or anybody who's practicing would like to raise your hand and then share before I conclude here. Kotrish. Kotrish is there?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the rest to me then. And so we'll conclude here. Good, we are concluding good 15 minutes before. So thank you, dear friends. So we will See you all tomorrow. Again, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
May the light of a thousand suns shine through. Live the life of praise that you were meant to. May the light of a thousand suns shine through. Live the life of praise that you